What's up, everybody? It's a HorrorDeconstruction. You can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram with the host Komp. And
Plum Pit.
today's film is
the wild, the Wildling, or just Wildling, 2018.
Good Lord. Wildling, 2018. A blossoming teenager uncovers the dark secret behind her traumatic childhood. Directed by Fritz Baum. Written by Fritz Baum und Florian Eider. Starring Belle Powley, Liv Tyler, Brad Dourif. So, Danny, why did you pick this film?
Because it's new.
Really? Why did you pick this film? So
No, that really.
This is the genre of teenage girls' hormones turns her into a werewolf.
When animals dream.
You've seen them all. Seen 100,000 times.
That's not true. When you've seen one, you've seen Ginger Snaps is nothing like this.
Shit. No, Ginger Snaps, because I saw Ginger Snaps first. That's why I seen him and I was
No,
great.
Ginger Snaps is a totally different type of movie.
Ginger Snaps and Ginger Snaps 2. Great movies. I don't want to see no more of these girls.
This is very much When Animals Dream, and I was looking.
This is better than When Animals Dream, but
it's way better, but it's still the same thing.
This is as close to us reviewing Twilight. You know what I mean? Like this.
No, don't say that.
Come on, man. Listen, watching it, I was like, this has to be based on a young adult's novel. Like, it has to be, but it wasn't. It was originally written for this. Because it's such
It's definitely like a teenager target audience. Though.
Also, this film feels like it's the best of moments of a miniseries. Like, it's like the plot moves so fast. It's like they took scenes out of every episode and put it together from a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it was all 10 episodes or something. Because everything moves so fast. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand how characters care for each other so quickly. I don't get. Anyway, let's get into the movie. What is this a movie about, please?
This is a movie about a girl who is a little girl, and her dad is, keeps her locked upstairs and constantly tells her that she's going to be eaten by a wildling if she goes outside. And a wildling is a make-believe, well, you think it's a make-believe creature, and that this dad's just a sicko. And then he's giving her all these needles and shit to try to suppress her hormones, and then he tries to kill himself. He must be a really bad shot. He didn't even lose his speech abilities, right? If you shot yourself in the head, you would at least lose.
You'd think he's a trained hunter because he kills these wildlings.
He must not have wanted it,
Yeah, maybe he just wanted what was it from Fight Club? A lead salad.
Well, that goes through his cheek.
Right. No, but I'm just saying that's what Edward Norton said. I'll give you guys a lead salad. Oh my God! Come on. Anyway, so this movie is essentially Room meets Ginger Snaps meets American Werewolf in London, I guess.
I kept thinking of When Animals Dream, but like a better version of it.
If you haven't seen Room, go see that movie. It has Brie Larson. And,
not The Room.
No,
that's
Room,
a different movie.
With Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay. That's a very good movie, and that movie starts is basically the same thing as this. That's actually a fantastic movie. That's a great movie. But anyway, the reason why that reminded me of this is because there's a child. Obviously, you'd think this little girl is with a sexual predator or something because he's like a guy who locks her up in the house and she can't leave. And he bathes her and he feeds her and he checks her how she is physically, all that stuff. And he keeps telling her this haunted house story about a wildling. I don't know why he's telling her that.
And it's Brad Dourif.
She has nightmares the day of her first period of a werewolf eating somebody, and that's when she bleeds on the bed. And so he's telling her he doesn't really tell her reality of the world. He helps her read and everything, so obviously he's helping her choose books, but he's not telling her what having her period is. Obviously the period would offset turning into a fucking wolf person. So
yeah.
I don't know what kind of. I assume now that we watched the film.
So I guess the wildling starts out as a normal human and becomes a wildling at puberty.
Yes,
but wouldn't the DNA test show it though? You would think the DNA test would be weird.
Well, yeah, it might be like a little bit disturbed, the DNA test, because in this one the guy gets her pregnant. He's like a human being and she's a wildling, and they have a child. I assume the child would look like because she looked like a human child, right? Up until a certain age.
Also she got full birth or full pregnancy in a month?
Was it a full pregnancy?
I mean, kind of. It was enough to be noticeable.
I guess so. But she was holding the kid at the end of the movie. Anyway, so what this film is about is essentially this girl Her whole life is raised up by this psychopath, Brad Dourif. Very good in the role. I also actually liked him a lot more when he had his face half blown off. He
Charles
looked
Lee
like a crazy
Ray.
person. And he is raising her, and then he comes to the decision where why does he because she
Because
has
he
her
feels
period and he
bad for
decides he
her.
needs to kill
Oh,
her.
oh.
He wants to what?
No, he wants to suppress it so that way she'll
I know, but
not.
then he does come in with a gun to the room, right? So that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
wants
he
to kill
gives her the medicine like a lethal dose so she could kill herself, like Kevorkian style.
Right, but no, that's in the middle. Then hold up, wait a second. Let me tell this part of the story. It's at the beginning.
Okay.
He comes in with a pistol at her. He's been giving her injections to suppress her estrogen levels, so she won't hit puberty. Anyway, so he goes into the room one day to shoot her. He decides to shoot himself. That's what leads us to the outside, where she ends up at a hospital which has a fucking roof access, which I don't understand why she ran to the roof. I guess that was more of an aesthetic reasoning to do that. She
Right.
breaks out. She becomes friends with Liv Tyler, who is a police officer. Liv Tyler is like
When she's not an elf, she's
Yeah.
a police officer.
she's an okay actor, but like I don't know, it's kind of rough. And she produced this movie.
I thought she was fine. What do you mean
She
she's
was,
okay?
that's what I'm saying. She's fine, but I was like, I didn't really buy it. For some reason, I was watching Liv Tyler. She was good in The Leftovers too. Man,
Yeah.
that show's good. Go watch The Leftovers. Don't watch this.
I've
movie.
seen a few episodes.
It's a very good show. If you like Lost, you'll like The Leftovers. But it has an actual ending, but it leaves as many questions as
Lost has
does.
an ending. You just don't like it.
Huh? No, I'm saying the question. No, I like the ending of Lost. I didn't like the stuff that didn't answer. What are we doing? Leave me alone with that stuff. So this film automatically cuts it. Listen, this has every trope of a high school girl going through puberty and turning into a werewolf. Asshole bullies, the guy.
Well,
that
she doesn't
snatched
turn into a
her.
werewolf. She turns into this wildling
Listen,
thing.
motherfucker, that's a fucking wolf person she turned into. That's a wolf monster she turned into. I don't care what
I
you
guess.
say, okay? Anyway, so it's the typical horse shit thing that they use in all these movies where a girl, if it's a girl, it'll always be about sexuality and rage, and there's a nice guy that she likes and she's afraid
What's
of
weird is the
attacking.
guy, just like in when animals dream, the guy has sex with her even though she's like a horrific werewolf beast.
I don't even remember.
I
what
don't
animals-
understand.
I don't remember is when animal. What is it? When animals sleep or when animals dream?
When animals dream, it's about that girl.
No,
in,
I
like,
know. I
Finland.
remember that movie. I just don't remember. I remember like them going on a boat and killing people. That's all.
Yeah,
I
there's a
remember.
guy who was like in love with her, and he's having sex with her as she's like a wild animal.
Oh, okay, I
It
remember
was-
that scene. Well, he
but
didn't.
it was-
she
that
didn't
was
turn
a way
into a wolf when he
stupider-
was fucking her. She was like a normal girl.
She had giant fingernails and hair and stuff. Like,
Also, in this, no, he just had. She
Yeah.
had hair on her ass. That's it. And
I mean,
maybe
there was a
little
lot
bit
of hair.
long nails. That's it. That's not her turning into a fucking hairy
and
monster.
fangs.
Oh, big deal. So he didn't get oral sex from her. It's funny. She did look like
He might have.
She looked like the sort of depressed sister from
Ginger Snaps?
Ginger Snaps. Yeah, she looked a little bit like her.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I see.
You sound so melancholy about
No,
it.
it's because I've seen this movie 100 times already. And listen, the movie is shot. Listen, this movie was shot for $2 million. It looked good
Yeah,
for it.
for $2 million, it's fucking amazing.
Because looking
what
at it,
they
I
did.
was like, this seems like a television show, but not visually. It just
Yeah.
seemed like the way it was written was like parts of a television show. Because the basic setup is like you meet a mysterious girl in school, and then you find out she's a werewolf. Like that's a setup for a TV show, like Teen Wolf or some shit like that. But the way the
Right.
movie's shot is really good. Some of the effects aren't that
If they
good.
did
That's-
Teen Wolf now, like a remake with Michael J. Fox,
No,
it
there's
would
a-
just be like him. It would be, and he's the cameraman. No, he
stop
wants
it,
to be
stop
involved.
it. Anyway, no,
it
I
would just
meant-
like it would be like Teen Wolf with an earthquake.
there was an actual. There was an actual Teen Wolf TV show on MTV. That's what I was referencing.
Oh, okay,
It was an
okay.
actual show with all these like handsome, good-looking actors and shit.
Were they all werewolves?
What's that? They were shirtless.
Were they all
yeah.
werewolves?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, this show is sort of, but I mean, it's for $2 million. It looks good. Some of the special effects are real horrendous, though.
I think the acting is great. Like
The part,
the
yeah, the
girl's
acting's fine. Like the
good,
part,
and
though, like
Brad
the special
Dourif is
effect that
also
really
awesome.
got to me was when she was like in the cave, and then they show her like she was like passing out because of the drug that her dad gave her.
Yeah.
And you see her cartoon werewolf legs. I was like, holy mackerel, that looked terrible.
I
But
didn't even
anyway,
catch
so
that.
I mean, this movie jumps through time really quick. The only time where
Yeah,
they
it does.
actually reference when its time is jumped is at 3 months. I think they say 3 months after she had bitten that guy's neck in the woods, which is a
Hmm.
thing we'll get into anyway. Whatever, but there jumps in time because she moves in with Liv Tyler's character, who's a sheriff, and she lives with her brother, and who's a younger guy in high school, and he gets bullied, and she punches the shit out of one of these bullies, and there's this guy with a bizarre hairline for a teenager. Um,
The rapist guy.
yeah, and they, for some reason, her and the brother, her brother, oh Jesus Christ, the brother character and her, like immediately fall in love for some reason because he like looks at her eating sausages and shit. Like, what the fuck is that about? He's like ready to give up
It
his
was
life for her. It made no sense.
subtle foreshadowing of
Um,
her eating his sausage.
and like the one guy, they go to a party because she got invited by some other girl, and she get like they have a sequence where she's getting chased by a werewolf, but it's actually just a rapist guy. I thought maybe he was a werewolf guy, like he was able to change into people, but it was just her brain, tricking her to thinking that it was a monster chasing. It was supposed, it's supposed to be like a man being a beast and shit like that.
Right.
I don't know. Listen, whatever, but listen. I'm sorry.
So
I'm very just
cynical.
like
So
I'm not
cynical.
cynical. It's just like I've seen this storyline.
This
Here's
is
the
about
thing, like
empowering women and
empowering them with what?
vajages, and
Empowering them with
hormones,
what? Like to grow more body hair? Who
to
gives
grow
a
more
shit?
body hair if they want to. Yeah,
The movie's not bad. It's just
they have the
what it
right
is.
to grow hair all over their ass if they
The
want.
thing is, when you see a thing like Ginger Snaps compared to this, like Ginger Snaps is miles
It's a completely different
above.
movie.
No, not really.
Ginger Snaps is like a horror movie. This is like a fantasy coming of age movie that has horror
But this
in
was
it
sold
a
as a
little bit.
horror movie. I mean, come on.
I didn't
with her-
honestly, when I was watching, I was like, "Is this a horror movie?" Like I was like not even sure.
Well, it's great. We went through the whole actions of actually recording this episode just because you fucking saw it, huh? You were like, well, fuck it. Let me just watch. We might as well.
It
do
is
that. I don't feel
I
like
mean,
watching-
it is a horror movie. It's got werewolves.
and it's got gore in it. Some slightly.
He cuts her
gore
stomach.
stuff. The part where and then there's some weird mountain man. That's
Yeah, why
with
does he
them.
become such an asshole? Like, I mean,
Brad
Brad Dourif
Dourif?
is. I mean, he is an asshole, but like, he seems like evil at the end when
Yeah,
he's
it
like
would make
cutting.
sense if that cop was like more of a piece of shit, the one that gets his neck snapped. Like if he was more
Yeah.
into the thing, and Brad Dourif was reluctant. But I guess they thought, hey, we have Brad Dourif here, so let's make him an antagonist for some reason.
Imagine they, for no reason, bring him in as Chucky towards the end. You just
He
see
goes,
him come
"Ah,
as Chucky, and it's like they don't even address it. Like, he just comes out, he's cutting the cesarean.
He
Like,
starts doing
saying,
that voodoo speech, trying to like
Yeah,
go into the werewolf's body.
Jim Zimbella. How's it go? I can't remember.
And then he
exactly.
pulls out a toy of an old black man and starts flipping the arms around, and then you see a black guy like arms, and he goes, oh!
And you see the wildling starts flipping around like it.
I don't know what to say. The reason why I compare it to Ginger Snaps is because it's obviously a girl through her hormones. They don't really explore her character enough. They do in the beginning. The beginning's great. When they see her as a kid, raising her up like that.
Yeah.
And then it seems like they just warp through the high school just to get to that scene where the guy tries to rape her.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the guy's like all so fucking in love with her. He knows it. Like, I don't know what the span of the lifetime is. What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I think they were only together for a few months.
How long has she been in school that she has to take finals and shit? I assume maybe it happened during midtime of school. And plus, they put her in school while she's still living with that cop temporarily to find her DNA.
And
Are
she
you
doesn't
fucking
like.
kidding me?
She doesn't like know what a car is, like shit like that. Like she doesn't know that there's other.
But I mean that's when she first comes out of the hospital. At
Yeah, I know,
okay,
but
that
that's
makes
not
sense.
something that you snap out of in a minute.
Right. She
That would
doesn't
be
know what a
like
I like
that
that.
could be like a lifetime to get.
I thought
out
it was
of that.
funny how she looked at the tampon like a periscope. I thought that was funny.
I actually learned about something in sociology class. There was a girl who was locked in her dad's attic. Like it was like a real thing.
Was this
and, like,
the German
not taught,
guy?
I don't remember, but it was a sociology class I took, like a psychology class or something, and the girl wasn't taught any language or like anything, like, and then they rescued her when she was like 6 or something, and she like
Oh,
never,
I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking
she
about.
like never was able to learn language.
Yeah, because there's like a
and she
window
died.
of learning. Yeah. No, that's what also Martyrs sort of was playing with that. Yeah, that's
Oh,
horrible. People are fucking animals. They're just disgusting fucking pigs that they do that to a child, and they
yeah. If you're gonna teach them a language, teach them like a gibberish
teach
language,
them like
like where
Klingon,
like
right? That'd be cool.
a chair means like blah blah blah. But you got to keep it
Imagine
consistent.
you raise a kid to learn Klingon, and that's all they speak.
And that's all they speak, and you dress like a Klingon.
You just go
And
home. Normally, you go outside, you're paying your taxes, and you go home, and you're basically role playing with your kid because your kid has
yeah,
no idea. They're like, yuck, nach, ach, mach,
and
nach.
occasionally you'll have like a guest over, but they have to wear this outfit and shit.
And they're like, okay, Tad, whatever you say. Like, no, you gotta say, talking,
And you show them pictures
fuck
of normal humans and like depict them as an enemy like all the time, and then you just leave them in the middle of a
you
city.
just say,
one
this
day.
is the Enterprise. This is terrible. Anyway, speaking of Child's Play, we'll get back to this movie. But you obviously I was wrong a couple episodes back when I said, wait, what? This is for December, right?
Did you say that on the episode, or you just said it to
Yeah, I
me?
said that in the episode. We were discussing about Child's Play, the remake. I think it was on What Keeps You
It was
Alive.
either in the future or the past. I
No,
don't
it was in the
remember.
past. It was in the past episode.
Okay.
That I talked about. It was in November we did the episode. Child's Play that Child's Play.
You thought it was gonna be an
Chucky
AI
doll was gonna be
robot.
an AI robot corrupted by a Chinese scientist to kill people, but apparently it's not. It's gonna be closer to Stranger Things, where Chucky is, I guess, possessed by somebody.
I
And,
guess the trade war with China, it's too expensive to
wait,
have
maybe if
AI.
it's still around, you think it'll still be around by the time this, this episode comes out? But
I don't know.
so yeah, they showed the new Chucky doll. I showed it to Danny. He laughed out loud. I thought the Chucky looked fine. He's basically like a streamlined.
It's not
version of
about
Chucky.
it's not about that Chucky looked good or bad.
It was a
It's
storyline,
that
right?
it's going to be a friggin' AI robot, and also
It's
Brad
not, though.
Dourif
Yeah,
is
that's what
not
you were
doing the
laughing about.
voice. But Brad
Yeah, so I
Dourif
mean,
isn't doing the voice.
what celebrity would you have do the voice for Chucky now?
I can't imagine anybody besides Brad Dourif doing it.
Why not Seinfeld or something? Andy, I need your money.
Andy! Hey! Andy!
What the hell is that voice?
I'm gonna do the power inside.
What do they call it? Voodoo. I see voodoo. Well, I don't see. Oh! Anyway,
Andy!
never once has Seinfeld ever spoken like whatever voice you and I just did. We're all just ripping off Gilbert Gottfried. Anyway, hopefully it'll be better. If it's from the producers of it, then I'm fine. And it has Aubrey.
I mean, okay, put it this way. I was very reluctant to watch the It remake based on the horrible Dark Tower.
Oh,
and,
well, yeah. I mean, that was a completely different.
No, I just had like such a bad feeling about it because remakes in general are like usually horrible. So anyway, it was amazing. Like I really liked
very
it.
good cover. I mean, cover. Well,
So
it's cover,
if this is done by those same people, then maybe it will actually not suck. But I'm still very upset that Brad Dourif isn't doing the voice.
Well, Brad Dourif's busy in movies like this, so maybe that's why he won't be in it. I don't know. I think he's tired of doing Chucky, honestly, but it pays the bills, so whatever. You ever
I
see
think
him
he just.
Have you ever see him in interviews? He looks like the wild man that's in this movie. You know, the guy walking around with the fucking.
I thought it
beard
was
on
him
his
at
head?
first. Yeah, but honestly, doing a voiceover, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, but you know how people are. They get tired.
He's
of
not
doing anything.
acting. I mean, he's not acting like in person. He could do that from. I didn't mean it like he's not. I meant he's not acting.
Brad Dourif just threw his like MP3 player in the garbage.
No, I didn't mean he's not
What'd you
acting. I
think
mean he's
about
not. I meant he's
the,
not acting on set. Like he can do this in a recording studio.
What was up with that wild man in this movie? The guy with the deer on his head? Like, what
Oh yeah,
was
that
the
was kind
point
of like a weird.
He
He's
was a
supposed to be
cartoon-
like
he was
her.
like a
He's like her
cartoon
guide.
character.
He's like her guide.
Yeah, I know,
basically.
but like he comes out and everywhere he's like some sort of weird shaman with half of a fucked up face. Because I guess he
The
must
thing
have
that's weird to me is I'm assuming this is in like Alaska or something, right? Like that
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
near the northern. So I mean, there's just like random wolfmen like a mile out from this house party they're having. You know, like
Yeah, and this guy was like I guess he was attacked by wildlings originally. I assume that's what he was talking about in his storyline.
I keep having that song that's in Problem Child. Wild boy, wild boy, wild boy. You know that song?
Yes, I do. Okay. I mean,
It keeps going in my head.
the main actors are fine. Everybody's fine in this movie. I just felt like it was like super weird and melodramatic, and it just paced through the storyline too fast. Like, I mean, all of a sudden she's running away from hunters in the finale, and I was like, and why would they even let Liv
Yeah,
Tyler?
why is Brad
Like,
Dourif suddenly so evil?
if
That
the
was what I
people
didn't
knew what
understand.
was going on in the hospital, like, why are they keeping it such a fucking secret? Like, they'll be like, and they let Liv Tyler come in. Like, just let somebody else, a corrupt. There was that one cop already. Just let him do it. Was he like underneath her or something? I guess he was,
Right.
but.
Yeah,
Man,
she was the boss.
they could have solved this problem a long time ago. Well, I didn't necessarily want her character to die because she seemed like a nice person.
Well, Brad
But
Dourif is the reason it wasn't solved.
yeah, because he was an asshole. And I mean, like, I liked a lot of the cave
This
shots. At the
Wildling
end.
just called me an asshole.
This machine just coming as up. But like the cave stuff in the at the end looked cool, like the look of it. But they were like
Yeah.
these characters were just like happened to be finding really important places over and over again. Like she found her house in the woods by running into it, and it wasn't like taped up for like fucking police shit. Like that guy
Right.
wasn't in jail for kidnapping a child that wasn't his and locking her up. He was walking around after a gunshot. I mean, are you kidding me? He'd be in
Yeah.
fucking jail for doing that.
He'd be fucking, like a stroke victim for shooting himself.
She finds a cave with. She finds the same cave twice with her family in it. Like, are you kidding me? Like after that fire, she burrows down into the cave, and it's the same cave from.
I did like the end though, like when she was when she hears another wildling and she's in like fucking Antarctic or whatever.
Mm-hmm. This film was.
I want to see the Northern Lights, but now I'm scared of wildlings.
Yeah, this film was moved in a small. This movie was filmed in a small town, Congers, north of New York City, at a house on the
Really?
water's edge. Yeah, this film roughly features 350 visual effects shots. This is according to IMDb. Let me see. Directorial debut of Fritz Baum. In her role as Anna, the lead actress Belle Powley eats sausages and hamburgers in various scenes throughout the film, despite being vegetarian. Well, that must have sucked for her.
Why didn't they give her the impossible?
Oh, maybe
burger?
no. It was probably vegetarian. Yeah, it was probably vegetarian shit that looked like meat. I'm sure of it. Whoever put that trivia there must have been full of shit. Anyway, I thought it was okay. And to me, it felt like a Twilight, like a young adult novel movie. So if you're into that,
Yeah, but
stuff,
Twilight's like lame as fuck. This was not.
no,
this
actually,
is well
if you
done.
know what's funny? They had all 52 Twilight movies at the theater when I was working at when I used to work at a movie theater, and they actually
And you
had a
watched
pretty
them?
gruesome fucking finale. And I guess the last movie there was like a war between all the vampires, and there's people getting their faces torn in half and shit. It was like a big fight scene,
I don't know.
and
man.
it was actually pretty neat. But I didn't see the whole movie; I just saw that part. But this is the same shit. It's if you're, I think.
But this
a
is
movie-
well done. It's just we're not the target audience.
Yeah,
The
I
target
think this
audience
is a movie that's
teenage
good
girls.
for like young teen girls. Would really
Yeah.
like this movie, but they really fucking warped the teen like romance shit. Like they really, I kind of understand
Yeah.
kids are horny and they want to fuck each other, but they made it to. Well, I guess if you're a
I
teen,
think this
you
is
fall
for
in love
like
with anybody,
young
really.
young kids mostly, and we're like.
Plus,
cynical, like,
you
horror
shouldn't
movie.
really. You can't. It's not really good to inseminate somebody when they're sitting cowgirl. They literally have to be on their back to be inseminated. Well,
Okay,
That's
I'll keep that
just
in mind next
scientific.
time I fuck a.
a what? Anyway, would you
Oh,
say?
I meant a woman.
Oh my god, what a fucking creep. Hashtag him too. Jeez. But yeah, this is like I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Well, by the way, what did you think of her werewolf design? Her face, a Wilding look. She looked alright. Right?
It was kind of cool.
She looked neat. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Trying to blow your brains out, but just blowing half of the side of your face off, and then deciding, you know what, this kid wasn't worth it, so I'm gonna go kill him.
It was just a scar too. It wasn't even half straight.
Yeah, I thought. I don't know what was going on.
I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. And if I was younger, teenager, I'd give it probably like an 8 out of 10. But a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it had good music and all that stuff. 6 out of 10. Go ahead.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. Having sex with a human and then 3 months later you're a completely different looking hairy monster in Antarctic and you're fully you've given birth already.
Well, she found some stepdad for her kid at the end when she was out there in the north, so good for them.
So wait, are all the wildlings they all had human upbringings? They all have human minds but just in wildling bodies?
Originally, somebody out there must have fucked a dog. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Do you think that's what happened?
I'm pretty sure. So with that,
Okay.
Danny, what's the final word?
Dog fucking in paradise.
Horror Deconstruction.